Good morning, future and fellow weirdos of the flock. Welcome to the party pen. How are you? Come in, come in. Did you take your medicine? Right there. Did you take your medicine? Listen, I know I'm late. I'm late. But I trust that you were responsible enough to take your own pills. Awesome. So, the other day, and sorry I wasn't here yesterday, I had plans and they fell through, and then I did stuff. Oh, fixed the dishwasher. Dustin fixed the dishwasher. So we got the dishwasher working again. Yay. So, um, did you take your pills? Oh, where we left off the other day, day before yesterday, Friday, where we left off. Um, Joab killed Abner. Fuck, I can't see. I'm sorry. Joab killed Abner. And David was sad for no reason. I don't know. Because Abner came to David because Josh Bashesh he was being stupid on purpose. Like, he felt all kingly with his big pecker and whatnot and talked out the side of his neck. So Abner was going to make David king of the vampires. But Joab, getting a hair up his ass, forgetting all is fair in love and war, decided in peace times he was going to kill Abner. And David flipped McNuggets. And again, I don't know if it's because, well, I do know it was because Abner was on a mission for David to get Micah back, or Michael, to get her back for some reason. And then Joab killed him, and David was like, the fuck. And then he told him, Ed, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to wait for God. You are my enemy, and you are my best friend. And that's where we left off. And I forgot to say, the people were sad because David was sad, because David was like ultra influencer, right? It was like ancient YouTube, and David was on ancient YouTube influencing all of Judah. So all the werewolves were sad because David was sad, and it tickled them pink to do whatever David did. So that's where we are picking up today. So, are you coming in? Have you come in? Did you take your seat? I rolled a joint and I have cigarettes, so just have a seat. Before you have a seat, stop right here behind the dishwasher. There's Keep Other People Alive juice. So grab you some of that and then come hit this joint and smoke this cigarette. And we are going to smoke it, drink it, read it. We have good time. So don't forget, I do good job. Press like and subscribe. I do good job. Fuck yeah. Listen, I do. And eventually I'm going to do a better job, but I'm doing a job that may or may not be a good one. But the sign says I do good job. So press like and subscribe. And then let's smoke it, drink it, read it. All right. Wait, let me turn this light on because I cannot see. Ow. All right, let me turn this light on. Hold on. I realized what I just said. I'm wearing sunglasses in the daytime talking about I can't see. But I can't see without them either. Oh my God, my life. My life is great, I swear. So, chapter 4. And when Saul's son, okay, so this is Ishbosheth. He's the youngest. And when it talked about Saul's sons earlier, it never once mentioned Ishbosheth until Abner. And Abner was like, this is Saul's son. But it never mentioned him before. Let me double check that because I'm not exactly sure. But I'm pretty sure the only sons of Jonathan it ever, or Saul, the only sons of Saul it ever mentioned was Jonathan and the other two that died. Um, shit, I don't remember their names, but neither of them were Ishbosheth. And he had two daughters. And he tried to force the one to marry David, and the one was like, no. And Micah was like, I'll marry him. Those, I thought he only had 5 kids, but apparently he had 6. And when he heard that Abner was dead in Hebron, and his hands were feeble, and all of the vampires were troubled. And I don't know what the hell it means by his hands were feeble. Like, what? Like, was he one of those ones that was like, I don't want to get my hands dirty? Like, do you see them? They're so silky smooth. I don't want a weapon. Was it something like that? Or was he sickly? It didn't say he was sickly when they first introduced him. So I don't know if it's saying he's sickly now or not. And Saul's son had 2 men that were captains of bands. See, again, I think that's some made up shit. What the fuck is the captain of a band? Why do they need a band? This is stupid. But okay. So there was 2 captains of bands. And the name of one was Banah. And the name of the other was Rechab. And the sons of Rimmon, a Beerothite, of the children of Benjamin. For Beeroth also was reckoned to Benjamin. Okay, so they're integrating non-Jews here too. Okay. So I guess these are the people of Beer are considered Benjamites. But okay. And the Beerothites fled to Gettr and were sojourners there until this day. Okay. So the children of Benjamin worked for Saul's son. Okay. And I don't know why they fled to Gettr. I don't know. And Jonathan, Saul's son. Okay. And Jonathan, Saul's son, had a son that was lame in his feet. He was 5 years old when the tidings came of Saul and Jonathan out of Jezreel. And there's another son too. The other one died as well. But his nurse took him up and fled. And it came to pass, as she made haste to flee, that he fell and became lame. And his name was Mephibosheth. We're just going to call him Mephi because I don't want to keep saying this name. So we're just calling him Mephi. So Mephi is Jonathan's son. Okay. Okay. And the sons of Ramamon, the Beerothite, Rechab, and Baanah. They came about the heat of the day to the house of Ishbosheth, who lay on a bed at noon. So their hot of the day is noon. I was thinking like 3 p.m. because you don't want to be outside at like 3 because it's hot as fuck. But apparently it's noon. And they came into the midst of the house as though they would have fetched wheat. And they smote him under the 5th rib, and Racha and Baanah, his brother, escaped. Why do they always talk about, like, they stab him in between the 3rd rib? And then this one, they stabbed him in between the 5th rib. What does that even mean? Like, how do you, like, do you have to, like, poke and find out, like, poke, poke, poke? Like, this is the 3rd rib. Smash. Is that the easier way to hit your heart or something? What does that even mean? And why does it matter? I don't know why it matters. But okay. Okay. They escaped. And they came into the house. And when they came into the house, he lay on his bed. And they smote him and slew him and beheaded him. And took his head and got him through the plain all night. So they carried little dude's head as they walked. They like carried his head. Oh God. Okay. Okay, so they're telling that they killed him twice. Okay. And they brought the head of Ishbosheth to David in Hebron and said to the king, behold, the head of Ishbosheth, the son of Saul, your enemy, which sought your life, and the Lord has avenged you. And the Lord has avenged you. You are king this day of Saul and of his seed. And David answered Rechab and Baanah and said, as the Lord lives, who has redeemed my soul out of adversity. When one told me, saying, behold, Saul is dead, thinking he brought me good tidings, I killed him. That's the reward I gave him for his tidings. How much more when wicked men slay a righteous person in his own house on his bed? Shall I not therefore require his blood of your hand and take you away from earth. Why? Who said that guy was righteous? Nobody said that, David, you dumb. Bleh. Why? Why? See, David gives me heartburn. I mean, I don't have heartburn, but if I did have heartburn, it would be David's fault. Yeah, live with that. You gave me heartburn a bazillion years later. Listen, I'm spitzing. I just learned that word the other day. Apparently, it's Yiddish. So I'm spitzing. Ah, why, David? Oh my God. Okay. And David commanded his young men, and they killed them, cut off their heads and their feet, and hung them up over the pool in Hebron. But they took the head of Ishbosheth and buried it in the sub. See, I can't ever say this word, but we're gonna say sepulchre of Abner in Hebron. Ah, David. I'm sorry, babe. I'm trying to be quiet. I'm being too loud. Okay, so that means maybe I should take a break. And we'll go to chapter 5. So let's go pee, get a refill, roll a joint, grab a cigarette, and go pee, and check our cats and water our plants. And see, I said that all fucked up. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I don't know. But anyway, maybe we should also load the dishwasher, right? All that stuff is clean. It's pans. I don't have nowhere to put them. So the dirty dishes are on the other side. So let's go do the damn thing. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Got the dishwasher loaded. Okay, chapter 5. Then came all the tribes of the vampires to David in Hebron and spoke, saying, "We are your bone and your flesh." Best DMX album ever. Really, it's the only DMX album, but whatever. It was so great. Okay. Also, in times past, when when Saul was speaking over us, you were hold on. When Saul was king over us. Hold on. Also, in times past, when Saul was king over us, you were he that led us out and brought us in. And the Lord said to you, "You shall feed my people, the vampires, and you shall be a captain over the vampires." Listen, David is a werewolf. David is a Benjamite, I think. No, Saul was a Benjamite. Uh, where the fuck was David from? I wrote it down. But David is not a vampire. He is a werewolf. Hold Remember, in the beginning, I was taking notes. Where the fuck did I put them? Okay. Saul was a Benjamite. Oh, man. I don't have the paper. But Saul was a Benjamite. And David. Anyway, I am absolutely sure David is a werewolf. David is from Judah. Because he is one of the lowest. He is one of the lower tribes. Okay, but anyway, he said, you are supposed to be a captain. So all the elders of the vampires came to the king in Hebron, and King D made a league with them in Hebron before the Lord, and they anointed David king of Israel in the land of Judah. Okay, so David was 30 when he began to reign, and he reigned over Israel 40 years. Okay, so they anointed the king of the werewolves, king of the vampires. So, in Hebron, he reigned 7.5 years. In Jerusalem, he reigned 33 years. So, 7 and then 33. So, for like a hot second. And the king and his men went to Jerusalem, to the Jebusites, the inhabitants of the land, which spoke to David, saying, except you take away the blind and the lame, and you shall not come here. Thinking David's got sweet written on his forehead. They're like, nah, you're too sweet. Nah, you ain't coming here. You have people that are worth shit. You're not coming. Okay. Nevertheless, David took the stronghold of Zion, and now it's known as the city of David. Look, we found Zion. We found Zion. Look, there it is. You can buy a plane ticket. It's the city of David. Ask where it is, because I have no idea. But that's where Zion is. Just, we found Zion. Okay. And David said on that day, whoever gets to the gutter and smites the Jebusites and the lame and the blind that are hated of David's soul, he shall be chief and captain. Why? Because that's who came to him in the beginning. They were the first ones that are like, David's king. No, hold on. I gotta read this again because maybe I read it wrong. We're gonna bring it close and look. Okay. Okay. So David saying, and the king and his men went to Jerusalem to the Jebusites, the inhabitants of the land, which spoke to David, saying, except you take away the blind and the lame, you shall not come here, thinking David has got sweet written on his forehead. Nevertheless, David took the stronghold of Zion, found it. It's now known, or the same, the city of David. And David said on that day, whosoever gets up to the gutter and smites the Jebusites, the lame and the blind that are hated of David's soul, he shall be chief and captain. And they said, the blind and the lame shall not come into the house. What does that even mean? The blind and the lame were the first to come to David. And then he's going to turn his back on them. This is some fuck shit. Listen. It's some fuck shit. Because they were the first ones to go to David. Okay. So David dwelt in the fort and called it the city of David. And David built around from Milo inward. And David went on and grew great, and the Lord God of hosts was with him. And Hiram, king of Tyre, sent messengers to David, and cedar trees, carpenters, masons, and they built a house. And David perceived the Lord had established him king over the vampires, and he had exalted his kingdom for his people, the vampires' sake. Okay. We gotta get gangster because it's about to be some shit. Okay. And David took him more concubines and wives. Okay, so these ones are out of Jerusalem. After he came from Hebron, and there were more sons and daughters born to David. And these are the names that were born in Jerusalem. Okay, maybe not. It's time to get gangster. Maybe it's the next one. Okay. Shemamua, Shobab, Nathan, and Solomon. Okay, so this Nathan character, which is David's son. There's also a prophet called Nathan, and I'm not sure if that Nathan is David's son or not. So we're going to try to pay extra attention to what is said about this prophet called Nathan, who is also has the name of David's son. So I'm not sure. But also Solomon was born in Jerusalem. And Ibthar, Elishua, Nepheg, Japhiah, Elishama, Eliada, and Elphalet. But when the Philistines heard that they anointed David king over the vampires, all the Philistines came to seek David. And David heard of it and went down to the hold. The Philistines also came and spread themselves in the valley of Rephaim. And David inquired of the Lord, saying, do you want to go fight? Oh my God, we need to go fight. Listen, we need to go fight because fuck these guys. Look, I want to win. Can we win? I want to win. Listen. Oh my God, can we go? 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 And David. And God was like, fuck yeah! Ha ha! Let's go to war! It's gonna be so much fun. Right? Hey, you're gonna win. It's gonna be so awesome. Watch. You're gonna leap over there and you're gonna sword fight and it's gonna be great. Listen. Entertain me. And David came to Baal Perazim, and David smote them there and said, the Lord has broken forth upon my enemies before me, as the breach of waters. Therefore he called the name of that place It was already called that. He named it the place it was already called. Okay. The only name he's changed so far is the name of Zion. I'm going to put that in my description. We found Zion. I might even put it in the title of my video. Okay. Name. And therefore, they left their images, and David and his men burned them. And the Philistines came up again and spread themselves in the valley of Rephaim. And David inquired of the Lord. And God said, no, but go get a compass behind them and come upon them against the mulberry trees. And let it be when you hear the sound going of the top. So when the tops of the trees start blowing, then vestir thyself. Hold on. And let it be when you hear the tops of the trees moving, you shall besire thyself, for then shall the Lord go out before you and smite the host of the Philistines. So, listen, when you hear the tops of the trees, stand the fuck still, because I'm about to go fight. I want to fight. Whoa. Listen, I'm going to bust that ass. And David did so, as the Lord had commanded him, and smote the Philistines from Geba unto Gazer. So we're gonna end there. It was a crazy shit. But tomorrow should be something fun. More fun. It should be great. Listen. I hope you have a great day. Listen, keep your head down, your nose clean, your shoes tied. Don't get ready. Stay ready. Listen, be good or be good at it. I love you. Bye.